you come over to New Zealand, come in here to our official office. We will just line them up for you out the door. We'll get it
I'm
all
coming.
sorted.
I'm gonna be there. I guarantee it. I'm
Full
coming.
album deal.
There we
Oh,
go.
we're in October already, end of October. Like that's getting nuts.
Yeah.
So, and I mean,
No,
you're in a really fast turnaround industry. Like, does it all kind of just go as a blur?
it is. I mean, this year has kind of flown by. I mean, when I think of 2020, that one moved slow and then it went fast. We were in
Yeah,
2021. I initially couldn't make any music, like I was just burnt out, and then started making a
yeah,
lot of music. And that's kind of what I've been taking my time on making music. But Please Don't Walk Away took some
mm,
time. And so I just really want to put my heart into it and take my time and pace myself. But it has flown by, especially after this tour. We were gone for 9 weeks, so that was a big chunk.
yeah.
And then I'm like, we're basically, the year's like over, basically. So
Yeah,
it's
everyone's
been
talking about
crazy.
Christmas again.
Exactly. So,
Yeah,
but I'm just rolling with it, being like water, just flowing.
like it. Just go
Yeah,
where the wind takes you. We
there we
like it.
go.
We like that. How do you deal with burnout? Like when you're in that space where you're like, I just can't do music, can't do that. Do you have, is it a
Yeah.
different kind of creative outlet, or you just kind of like, no, I'm just going to veg out for a second. I need a break for my brain.
Yeah, I mean, that was a first for me. I get writer's block, but I've never been
Yeah.
like burnt out until we stopped. I guess the pandemic made me realize maybe I just
Mm,
didn't allow myself to see how hard I was going.
yeah.
But the pandemic just forced me to see that. But for me, I
Mm.
went into something else. I didn't do music for a few months, and I started a game show during the pandemic called The
Oh,
Culture.
cool.
And we
Cool.
just did it for the pandemic. I got to bring it back, but we did a game, we did a quiz show. And it basically was called The Culture, and we would talk about artists, actors, um, politicians, and all in the community, in the culture. And we would do like questions about it. I had Jill Scott and Anthony Hamilton and Alex, all these amazing artists came
Yeah.
on, and it was fun. It was fun, but that's how I got my mind off of music, and then that made me miss music again. And then I went right to it. I went right to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I love that. It's all these
yeah,
little just avenues because it's all in like you're the middle. It's all these things that just kind of all come back into whatever your the
sure.
main goal is, all
PJ
sort of
Universe, huh?
benefit. PJ Universe. Oh, we like that. PJ Universe, creator
Boom,
and writer of
done.
Morton Records. Is there any new up and comers that we should be on the lookout for?
Well, I have one artist that I'm working on, Brick Liam,
Hmm.
here in the States, and I'm really excited about Brick's music. He's very creative. Brick is, uh, a man of many talents. He's also an amazing, like, a creative artist, visual artist. He does a lot of my visual stuff, but we're also working on his album. So I'm excited about that. So look out for Brick Liam. I'm gonna bring him over
Yeah.
there with me when I come. So
There we go.
yeah,
There we go. Well, hey, you've got your first little touring setup all sorted over
there,
this way.
there we go. There we go.
Going back to when you're like, a kid and you've got the people that you model your, I guess, passions and how you want to direct your life. Like, how did you find that process? Is there any kind of advice for younger people? Because it's a really different world that they're growing up in at the moment, especially pandemic wise.
It is. And, like I was saying earlier, I think it's a great time to be creative, but it also is a
Mm,
very hard time in the sense that it's the most crowded it's ever been because of
mm,
all the access that we have. So because of that, I think it's really important to be an individual, like really find the thing that sets you apart. I
yeah.
think the mistake a lot of artists make is whatever the big song is on the radio, I'm gonna do a song like that, not realizing once you do that
Mm,
song, that is probably over. That moment is over. So
yeah.
it's best to really try to be an individual and find something that makes you unique, because that's what will give you a career, a longevity, is to be yourself. So find that the thing that makes you weird, the sound that you may not hear on the radio, but you feel like you want to put it in a song, do it. Be an individual, because that's what's going to make you cut through all this clutter that we have out here. So I mean, that's the best advice I could give right now, is to be yourself, you know.
Do you find doing your solo stuff, like, how's the difference? I mean, being in a group versus being on your own, obviously you have way more creative control, and you can
Yeah,
go down these avenues. You know, you can do the gospel album, you can do the covers, you can do your Christmas album, pianos and everything.
yeah,
How,
it's true.
like, is
Yeah,
there, do you enjoy
I
one more than
really
the other?
appreciate my role in Maroon 5, because I get to kind of take a passive role, you know. A lot of that,
Yeah,
of the heavy lifting, is on Adam, you know,
yeah,
and I'm there for support, you know, and that allows me to be able to focus on a lot of my own stuff.
yeah,
Because when I'm
true.
doing my own stuff, it's literally me running the
Yeah,
show, you know, and it's a lot more work. So I really appreciate that balance. It's almost like, I mean, I've been blessed with this gift, you know, to have a band like
mm,
Maroon, and also to have my career, that, you know, my solo career, that means so much to me. You know, it's kind of the best of both worlds. So I'm able to balance them. It's been 11 years since I've been in Maroon, so it took some
mm,
time for me to figure it out, but
yeah.
I think I got it now.
You've got
Really,
that hit, that sweet
I
spot
got
now.
the rhythm. I got the rhythm
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Well, hey, thanks for taking the time out to have a chat with me and little old Whakatane over here.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
I'll start playing the Christmas album, maybe start of December,
No
maybe.
sleigh bells. No sleigh bells. Got
No
it.
sleigh bells here, baby.